Hello friends, in this topology we are going to configure OSPF between two different areas. One is area 0 and one is area 1. R2 is a part of both the areas, area 0 and area 1, so it's an ABR. So what basic configuration I have just assigned the IP address to the interfaces and the loopback. You can check from here. It's 10.1.12.1, which is the interface, and the loopback. For R2 you can check the IP addresses I have assigned to the interfaces and one of the loopback, and for R3 also, right? So I'll go to the R1 and configure this in area 0. So I have go to the interface and type the command IP OSPF1 area 0 and go to the loopback and type the command IP OSPF1 area 0. It's done. Go to R2 and go to the interface, which is a part of IP OSPF1 area 0, right? And loopback I'll assign it also in area 0, and the second interface is part of area 1, which is 1/0 IP OSPF1 area 1. Go to the R3 and then go to the interface and type the command IP OSPF1 area 1, right? And then go to the loopback interface and type the command IP OSPF1 area 1. Done. So this is the configuration which we can do, and now for verification purpose you can check that R2 is DR for this particular area, which is area 0, and R2 is BDR for this particular area, because the router ID of R3 is greater than R2, so that is the reason. So we can check show IP OSPF neighbor. We can check R2 is DR for us, and for R2 this is the BDR and this is the DR. It is still in the convergence state because right now it's in the start state. Now it's full, so you can check C. So now a single router, which is R2, is a BDR for one area and DR for another area. This is the beauty of multi-area configuration. Now if you check the result, show IP route OSPF, right, you can see OIA. This means inter area. So we have received a route from R2. It's 3.3.3.3, right? So we can ping this, we can ping this, and we can ping this, right? Same for R3. Show IP route OSPF. We have inter area routes, right? We can ping it. Okay. So you can check show IP OSPF neighbor, show IP route OSPF, and third command is show IP OSPF database. This we will discuss in CCNP. I mean, here you can see there are the LSA types, the information of LSA. This is the database, OSPF database table, right? So this is all about the multi-area OSPF configuration. Thanks for listening. Hello friends, in this topology we are going to configure OSPF in a single area, which is area 0. And what I did, I have created one loopbacks in all the routers and assign a IP address on the physical interface, which is fast Ethernet 0/0. So we can check this on a router R1 here. Type the command show IP interface brief. You can check that I have provided the IP address 10.1.1.1 and the loopback IP address is 1.1.1.1. If you go to R2, you can check by this command the IP address is 10.1.1.2 and the loopback IP address is 2.2.2.2. Go to R3 and check the same command show IP interface brief, right? So now I want to enable OSPF on R1, right? So we can do this by this way. We go to the interface and then type the command IP OSPF process ID is 1 and area is 0. By the help of this single command, your OSPF is enabled. Go to the loopback interface IP OSPF 1 area 0. Done. So this is the new way to configure the OSPF. You can go to the link level and enable the OSPF by this way. Same way we can go to the R2 interface 0/0 and type command IP OSPF 1 area 0. Then go to the loopback interface loopback 0 IP OSPF 1 area 0. Correct? Then R3 also, we just go to the interface and type command IP OSPF 1 area 0, and then we go to the loopback IP OSPF 1 area 0, right? So this way, now you can see that we have neighborship with R2 and R3, and R3 is in, they are converging right now, so it will take some time. In the meanwhile, we can go to the R2, show IP OSPF neighbor, and R3, show IP OSPF neighbor. So it's in the process of convergence, right? Okay, now it's come up. Now here in this topology, you can see that R3 is the DR, because the router ID of R3 is, the higher one. It's 3.3.3.3, and R2 is the BDR, right? So if you go to R2 and type the command show IP OSPF neighbor, you can see here R3 is DR and R1 is DR other. Why R3 is DR? We can go and check. Let's suppose go to R3 and type the command show IP protocols. In this command, you can see the router ID is 3.3.3.3. that is the reason this router is a DR. So if you go to R1 and type the command show IP route OSPF, you will get to know that you will learn the OSPF route. This is the route which you have learned, and the AD value of OSPF is 110, and this is the cost. Okay, right, which we can find out 100 Mbps upon bandwidth in Mbps. We can find out the metric. So you can go to R2 and type the command show IP OSPF, show IP route OSPF, right? R3, same command, right? And now you can ping. We have the reachability, right? So this is the basic example of OSPF configuration, right? You just no need to do anything, just go to the interface level and assign that particular interface into the OSPF. This is all about, right? So this is the basic configuration which we did about the OSPF in a single area. Thanks for listening. Good morning, friends. In this class, I'm gonna configure EIGRP between two routers, router 1 and router 2. We have already assigned subnet 10.1.12.0 between router 1 and 2, and I have created loopback 0 on both the routers. The IP address of loopback 0 on R1 is 1.1.1.1, and the IP address of loopback 0 on router 2 is 2.2.2.2. You can check this by the help of command show IP interface brief here on R1. Here you can check the loopback IP address is 1.1.1.1, and R2 also you will run the same command show IP interface brief, it's 2.2.2.2, right? Now what I'll do, I'll just assign the loopback addresses and the subnet in EIGRP so that we can ping, or we can provide the connectivity between the loopbacks. Okay, so for enabling the EIGRP, we have to go to global configuration mode and type router EIGRP and the autonomous system number. Let's suppose I took 1, right? And then we have to assign the network. First is 10.1.12.0 and the second one is 1.1.1.1, and then we have to type command no auto summary. If we will not type the command no auto summary, then when this network 1.1.1.1 goes to another bit boundary, it will automatically summarize. This is the by default behavior of EIGRP, right? So this is the configuration which I did under EIGRP process on R1, and on R2 also we have to run the same command, which is router EIGRP1 no auto summary, network 10.1.12.0, network 2.2.2.2, right? So one thing you need to taken care that this autonomous system number should be same between the two device. What are the things we need to take in care? I'll let you know. First of all, we will check the results. So you can see here now the adjacency is up, IP EIGRP adjacency is up now. So for checking, you have to type the command show IP route EIGRP. Now you have a route for loopback 2.2.2.2. D means it's learned from EIGRP, and this is the AD value of EIGRP, and this is the metric, right? So now if you can ping 1.2.2.2.2, now I have reachability. Same thing I can check on R2, this, and when I ping I have reachability, right? So one more thing you can check here on R1, once you type the command show IP protocols, here you can check lot of things. If two routers are neighbor, the two things should be same. One is EIGRP autonomous system, which is one, and second one is metric, right? Which is K1 means bandwidth, K3 means delay. This should be same, and the internal AD value is 90, right? So if you check the same thing on router 2, let's suppose this should be same, right? So this is the basic configuration of EIGRP. If you want to run the authentication between two routers in EIGRP, the command is this is the command. So once if you not no need to learn the entire command, you can use question mark and type the command. It is IP authentication mode EIGRP1 MD5 IP authentication IP authentication. Then you can type the command mode EIGRP1. Okay, MD5 we have already given this command. Then IP authentication key chain EIGRP1. Then you need to give the keychain name. Let's suppose it's Amit, right? So you have to again create the keychain Amit key 1, and then key string Cisco. Once you did this, then the neighborship will break, because you have assigned the authentication on one interface on R1. So now if I'm running the route, I'm not getting anything, right? So for enabling the see here, if you see the result here, it says authentication failure. So for that I have to create a keychain here also, name Amit key 1 key string, it should be same, which is Cisco, right? And again I have to go to interface fast ethernet 0/0 IP authentication. Then I have to type mode, then EIGRP1 MD5, then IP authentication mode EIGRP1 keychain MD5. Okay, EIGRP1, then okay, keychain EIGRP1 Amit. So you can see if there is no need to learn the entire command, you can use question mark, because Cisco is very user friendly. So now you can check here the adjacencies came up, right? So now if you type the command under R1 show IP protocols, you can see that we are using the key. These are the metric values. Our hop count, maximum hop count is 100. These are the subnets which we advertise. By default EIGRP is doing load balancing up to maximum 4 paths, right? So now if you check show IP route EIGRP, you have the route and you can ping, right? So show IP protocols, the basic command show IP route EIGRP is another command which you need to check. One more command, show IP EIGRP topology. Here you can check the topology table, right? So let's suppose if I'll go in an interface and I'll type the command want to change the metric, so I can change from here also. Bandwidth 100, let's suppose, or either delay 100, let's suppose. So you can also manipulate the metric by the help of global configuration mode, and then go to the interface mode. You can assign the bandwidth and delay, right? So this is enough for CCNA EIGRP, how you can configure. And let me show you the commands which I have run. These are the commands, right? And if you run the command show run interface pass ethernet 0/0, you'll get to know that these are the commands for authentication, and I have configured the bandwidth and delay option also, right? So this is enough for CCNA EIGRP basic configuration. What are the things you need to understand before gonna configure EIGRP? You need to take care about the autonomous system number and the K values. Those should be same. If you're using bandwidth and delay for metric calculation on R1, you should use the bandwidth and delay for metric calculation on R2, right? So these two things need to be taken care for the EIGRP neighborship. Thanks.